Merhabalar, ben Şükrü. Peer-to-Peer'in bu bölümünde ben de Groot'u konuk ediyorum. Ben Hollandalı bir Bitcoin'ci ve Hollanda'da doğalgaz fiyatları çok yükselince ısı gereken bazı yerlerde Bitcoin madenciliği yapıp onun ısısıyla oraları ısıtmaya başladı. Bu ilginç bölüm umarım hoşunuza gidecektir. Hi Bert,
Nice to meet you. Sukru.
nice to
Do you
meet
say
you.
it right?
Yes, that's correct. I mean, it's also has the Turkish letters in it. S has a underscore and U's have dots, but Sukru is okay. Sometimes I try to explain like it's like a shoe and a crew, but Sukru is okay. Yeah, so Bert, today I would like to talk to you about like how you use Bitcoin mining to heat certain places because I think you are doing it the right way and I really enjoy seeing what you come up with together with your partners and all that stuff. So, do you want to start with the greenhouse first?
Yeah, so start of this year, natural gas prices exploded. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the moment that it became interesting to heat greenhouses with electric heaters. And instead of using a standard electric heater, you could also put a Bitcoin miner. So that's more economical. So I found a greenhouse near my hometown, which was using electric heaters. And I asked him if I could just put my Bitcoin miner there. I made a little movie of it, put it on Twitter, and it was viewed 500,000 times. So then some other requests came in to heat some places because it was very expensive from January this year already to heat your place. Yeah.
I think natural gas prices was the highest in the world in Netherlands and Belgium was also very high. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
we were the highest. Yeah.
I
So
saw like some very scary natural gas bills of people from Netherlands
yeah.
and
Yeah, the issue in the Netherlands is that the taxation level is insanely high, and it's a percentage of the natural gas price. So when the natural gas price went up, and I think the tax rate is far above 50%. So it was just that skyrockets it, because
yeah.
when the price goes up and the percentage is higher than the actual, it just goes berserk. So we
Yeah,
had the highest natural gas price.
if it doubles with the 50% tax, you pay three times basically. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So it was
and
really a
also I
big
think
issue.
we use a lot of like a good amount of natural gas to generate electricity in Netherlands. So that
Yeah.
probably impacted electricity prices a little as well.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
so
So, but there are many places that have a fixed electricity contract and a flexible natural gas contract. So at that point, it became much more interesting to heat with electricity. So that's what happened this year.
so
That's why it
basically
became.
people sign the contract in the beginning of the year, let's say, and they get the same price no matter what the market is. Where in natural gas, if the price fluctuates, what you pay also fluctuates.
Yeah, yeah, and then that's over the part that they didn't fix. So what most companies do that have a large use of natural gas, they have a part which they fix, and then a part
Mm-hmm,
which they just take from the flexible.
mm-hmm.
And now reducing this flexible amount with electricity is very interesting because the flexible rate is just insane.
Yeah, yeah. Could just go off the roof or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I remember talking to some Bitcoin miners over Twitter. Like I remember reading like if you put 1 watt of energy, electricity in a miner, you get the equivalent of 1 watt of heat. So
Yeah.
this is like perfect. It's like no loss of heat because you get heat
Yeah,
and sun.
it's a resistor heater, but if you look at modern air conditioning or modern electric heaters, they have a COP value, which means that if you put 1 watt in, for instance, 3 watt of heat comes out. So they
Hmm.
are far more efficient. So
Hmm.
if you are able to put uh, proper heating devices like air conditioners or different installations in, but they are very costly, then it might be a solution. But because nobody knows what the natural gas price is going to do, nobody knows what the electricity price in the long term is going to do. Do you want to make a huge investment now on this? The installation takes at this moment over a year before you can install something like that, because all these machines are gone. So what do you want to do? And then with Bitcoin, we can install within a day. And the other machines, it takes more than a year. So you can look at it for the long term, but for the short term, it's not really a solution.
Yeah, by the time you get your 1 year installation, the prices may be back at normal, and it could be like a dead investment to begin with. So
yeah, exactly, because you know that many companies won't survive with the current rates. So then probably demand drops again, and it starts to change again.
And one good thing about the Bitcoin miners is that you can just turn it off whenever you are not using it, and just start it immediately. There's like no setup time or anything, so it's just like an electric heater.
Yeah, it's very similar to the standard resistor heater. You just need internet, and not really fast internet or anything. You just need internet. It's fine.
I mean, the internet is needed to generate also your coins, so you could even use it without the internet maybe, but I mean, and it would be just like an electric heater. But while mining and generating heat, you are also getting paid in Bitcoin, which is subsidizing some of your electricity bill in a way. So how big was this greenhouse, by the way, and how many miners?
The first greenhouse was quite some hectares, but so we just did a small part with just one miner, and then the second greenhouse, which is a tulip greenhouse, we put 6 machines in. In the end, we first started with 1, then 4, and then in the end now there are 6 running there, and that takes quite a significant part of the gas away, because it's constantly mining, so it's constantly heating the greenhouse, so that that helps.
Also, what's poetic about this is that it's a tulip greenhouse. So because a lot of people compare Bitcoin to tulip mania or something, which in Turkey we are very familiar with, because I don't know if you know the story, but the tulips were in Istanbul and they were shipped to Netherlands back in 1600s or something, and it became popular there and ended up the tulip mania. Actually, like one of the last good times of the Ottoman Empire, the empire before Turkey, we call those days the tulip days, the good times before everything came to an end or something.
The golden age.
Yeah, the golden age. So after the greenhouses, you also did some different type of installations. Like I think you also did the tulip onion drying, or
it's the bulb. So what we
bulb.
did is, because the bulbs come off the land of the family, and they dry them also with natural gas, but we also use the heat of the miners to dry the bulbs. So that also reduced natural gas, and then we ship the dried bulbs across the globe so people can plant the orange Bitcoin tulips in their garden, and then next spring they will pop out, so you have the Bitcoin tulips there.
Did this family also get some like maybe different kind of business from the Bitcoiners, or like from
not really, because I just buy some bulbs from them. So of course that's a little bit, but that's that's so marginal on their operation. So that's not really serious business for them.
I mean, we are still early, and shipping is a problem. Like I really wanted those tulip bulbs, but I know that it will be a problem with the customs. Like if I get them shipped, so I'm waiting to come to Netherlands sometime soon and grab them, and then take them back home and see the Bitcoin tulips grow up in my garden.
Yeah, it's really nice. if that's possible, it will be fun. I'm curious what pictures will come in this spring from people that planted them, because we ship them all over the globe, so it's really interesting.
Nice. Yeah, you should have a nice collage of pictures of the tulips. Yeah. So you also like installed in an equestrian?
Yeah, equestrian hall, let's say, but they have a canteen, and they have also like a little bar, which they now both heat. They used to heat that with wood and natural gas also, so that reduces their their bill a lot. And then we did a warehouse also. Also some installations which didn't want to really go into the public. So another greenhouse and another workshop and some industrial areas, and so we also helped install there. But those people, they prefer not to see any pictures online or whatsoever. So and I understand. Keeping it private, because people might recognize it, and those machines are quite expensive. You don't want them to get stolen. So most people don't really want to go public about it. So most installations you don't see, but the ones that you see, the people are okay with publicizing it a little bit, because we need these stories, right? We are heating quite some spaces in the Netherlands currently with the natural gas crisis, and it's nice to bring the story that this is actually a good solution with the current issues we have. So
it's a really optimized solution. And actually, I remember seeing this piece written by this Swedish group of researchers. So they were trying to examine how the heat of a data center could be used to heat greenhouses. And it makes so much sense in places that are actually like permanently cold. Like, for example, Iceland, they could always do that, like use the heat for the greenhouses. And even in Turkey, like the eastern part of Turkey has higher altitude, and we have a lot of water there. So like we have really two big dams and two big rivers that flow through the east side of Turkey. And that I could imagine seeing like what gridless does in Africa to happen in that part of Turkey.
Exactly.
Like maybe having small.
Because you want to build up microgrids across the globe. So if you have energy available, let's say a hydro dam location, which you might be able to develop, but there's not enough demand in that location, then you could start off with Bitcoin mining there, then use the heat in the greenhouse there, so you can produce food with it also. So you have an extra income guaranteed for that hydro development, and then you can actually develop the area from that point onwards. And that was never possible.
Even need like a huge dam. You can do like a medium-sized one, a small.
Just a small that we decentralize everything. That's that's what we in the end
I like
want anyway.
Smaller and distributed things too. It's much better. So does the sound become a problem like in some places, because mining has also this like sound?
It's a 90 decibel per machine, so it's really loud. So when I started mining, I started at home. So what I did is I built boxes that dampen the sound, so that it became really, really low in the noise level. So if you look at the equestrian, that's like one of the latest installations where I linked some dampening pipes. You don't hear it at all. It's so silent. Because of the design that I made, I did 2 layers of specific sound and fireproof foam in a box exactly built around the type of Bitcoin miner. And then we use a dampener, and then we use a dampening pipe, and that brings the noise level down below 30 decibels. And that's lower than normal air conditioning.
It's lower than our conversation, much lower than our conversation.
So you don't hear it. It's better than a resistor heater even. So Yeah.
But you need some sort of engineering for that, I guess, to make sure that the heat is also not a
Yeah.
problem while the
Yeah,
sound
so
is.
with the test, all the test boxes, so I made like 14 versions, and then with different diameters, and then checking what was possible with bends and all these kind of things. And I just tested everything in practice because I thought that
Yeah,
would be the fastest iteration. So in the end, we got to a pipe diameter of 315 millimeters that we use because the smaller pipes and even multiple pipes that we used before would heat up the machine too much, and
yeah,
that
the
also would
airflow.
bring the noise level up again. So this is by far the best solution we have now. Yeah.
Did you destroy any miners during this process, or?
No, because they all have heat protection. So if they heat up
Okay.
too much, they just go down. So it's not.
Yeah, they have a surge that shuts them up after a certain heat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, so you
Luckily,
guys also have, huh?
luckily,
What?
luckily, we didn't
Yeah,
burn anything.
no, good. They are getting cheaper, but at some point the miners were really expensive. So with
Last
mining
year
difficult,
when I started, they were really expensive.
yeah,
And if you look at it, it was like a 15,000 euro level. And now we basically dropped almost to three for that same machine. But if you have been mining with that machine for a year, that's also an income, let's say. So that's a bit of a dispersed view you see. But in general, the miners, they move along the Bitcoin price. So that's
yeah,
what you see now.
yeah. I actually saw Kaboom Rex's tweet today that he's selling M30s for $1,900 or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're at a good price level at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I have a little bit of stock here always. So
Hmm.
sometimes people want to start mining, and then I can just distribute directly a miner because it takes quite a while to get one if you
Yeah.
want one from abroad,
Like,
also with
yeah,
customs and all that.
the lead times are long actually because there are big miners that are calling for bulk holders, and the public
Yeah,
can't really get their hands on them easily. You guys also have a really cool community in Netherlands. Yeah, I love seeing the stickers everywhere, and like there are a few places that accept Bitcoin, like
yeah,
run by Bitcoiners. So it's a nice community, and and I think partly because of the community, you had the Amsterdam event this year, the Bitcoin
yeah,
magazine.
yeah. Yeah, it was also a great location that it was available for the event. What I
Hmm.
understood. So, but yeah, the community that it started a little bit over a year ago. It's called the Node Runners,
Hmm.
uh, which is an organically grown group, let's say. So it was just a couple of people that just wanted to talk with other Bitcoin people, and then you get a Telegram group, and then yeah, some things started developing in a way like, oh, okay, a website, and yeah, so now after a year you see that the Telegram group has far over 100 people, and everyone is running a node, everybody helps each other with whatever
Yeah, it's
helps to
perfect.
progress Bitcoin. And this really helps out a lot, of course, because in the end the adoption has to come from the people, and this is
Hmm.
a real grassroots movement, let's say. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Also, life is really hard when you are the only Bitcoiner that you know of, because then yeah, you need to talk to people, and yeah, so.
Yeah, for me it was 1.5 year ago. I didn't meet anyone who was full, yeah,
Hmm.
like full into Bitcoin, like me. So then you start to reach out at some point because yeah, you want to, yeah, talk a bit about it. That's
Hmm.
what happened. And, yeah, then
That's
it
why
takes off.
I started using Twitter, for example, because I'm like I had few really good life friends that we orange pilled each other kind of, but then again, you want to talk to other people and see if you are delusioned or if the world is really that messed up. So yeah,
But
that helps.
I believe that for you in Turkey, right, because of the devaluation of your currency, the necessity is so much higher and people feel it more quick than the people in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, necessity is so much higher, but So one of the problems we have is there's a language barrier. So, and we have limited content in Turkish, and we need more of that so people can actually understand what Bitcoin is and how it's different than shitcoins. Because otherwise, shitcoins have these huge marketing budgets that they deploy on some influencers or whatever, and yeah, the influencers FOMO people into buying shitcoins, and so it becomes a shitcoin ecosystem, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's the hard facts. Also, like the purchasing power in Turkey is not a lot, so people always fall to the unit bias. Instead of having 0.0001 Bitcoin, I could have, I don't know, 100 Dogecoin or whatever. So
Yeah, but satoshis should solve that, right?
I know, I know. Well, this is Satoshi TV, so I hope more people learn what Satoshis are, and that one Bitcoin is
It's
made
time to
out of
list
100 of that.
satoshis. Yeah, it's
Huh?
time to list satoshis. Yeah.
I know. I suggested it actually, but maybe in time. So one of the issues with listing Satoshis is that you need to make sure that people understand Bitcoin and Satoshis are the same thing, or the
Yeah.
units of the same thing. So
Yeah.
there's always some secondary ideas when it comes to listing something, and as satoshis, for example. But hopefully we'll see it, and we'll defeat the unit bias one day.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. Well, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Do you have any insight how many people are holding or using Bitcoin as a percentage of Turkish people?
Whew. So we see in some polls or something that Turkey is shown as the highest
Yeah.
cryptocurrency ownership in the world. Oh, but like it's at some point it's shown as like 25% of the population like touched
Yeah.
cryptocurrency at some point. But I think when it comes to Bitcoin, first of all, if you are really owning Bitcoin, you should hold it in your hands. It shouldn't be on an exchange. So I don't. So uh, I think people who actually hold Bitcoin in Turkey is really lower than we think it might be. Like
Yeah.
maybe 0.1%, or even that one is too generous actually. So something under that, I think.
But how can we change that people use it as peer-to-peer digital cash, what it is meant to be used for? Because now you have
Oh,
Lightning, so it should be
yeah.
possible, right?
So one of the things that is a little problematic is that unfortunately, Turkish central bank released a mandate last year in April that says like you shouldn't transact or do commercial shopping or something using cryptocurrencies. So for day-to-day trades, or people don't buy and sell stuff to each other using Bitcoin or Lightning at the moment. I mean, technically, in my opinion, it's not like forbidden because it's a central bank mandate. For example, me, I'm not a bank, I'm not a payment provider or whatever, so it doesn't apply to me. And secondary is that there is no yeah, a fine. There is no fine for that at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to do peer to peer transactions with people, but yeah. So yeah, things that would help if it changed because people are worried about it or afraid of it since they don't even know what the actual ramifications are.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's
the
how it
most
works.
important thing of all is education.
Yeah.
Like even if it wasn't banned, unless like in Turkey we still don't have enough people that know what lightning is. So we need to explain people what lightning is, how easy it is, how convenient it is, and how we can I mean but yesterday was the hodl day.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding, yesterday I didn't spend a single satoshi, but every day I find a reason to spend some sats over lightning. And yesterday was like, okay, today I'm not spending anything. And
Yeah.
but more people should test it, interact with it, and so I think that's the key.
Yeah, we need more people to spend it. I think that's the only way also to get other people used to it. So and especially in Turkey, you have a lot of small shops. Maybe they're open to it, just to try it. And the more people that have used it or tried it, they think it's a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's like spend and replace should be taught. And I mean, even if the shops are like worried about the volatility, they can just send it to an exchange and take it back as lira, because the commission fees would be lower than the credit card fees to begin with. So,
exactly.
Yeah, and also credit cards pay you like a month later maybe, and with the Turkish lira, anything can happen in a month. So
exactly, it's a real solution there.
I know it's understood. Even if I don't know if that's a word, but it's understood in Turkey.
Yeah, I understand. Nice.
Okay, well, it was very nice meeting you.
It's really nice meeting you.
And the world is small and the Bitcoin world is smaller. Hope to run into you in somewhere.
Hope so too.
Yeah. Okay.
Would be nice when you visit.
I will visit. I have some good, Dutch Bitcoiner friends. So, yeah.
Would be nice.
Okay, and I'll get my tulips and plant them, and then send you the pictures.
That would be great.
That's a good deal. Yeah. Okay. Well, take good care and see you later.
Yeah. Thank you, Şükrü.
Peer-to-Peer'in bu bölümünün de sonuna geldik. Umarım bölüm hoşunuza gitmiştir. Bölümü Satoshi Radyo üzerinden podcast olarak, Satoshi TV üzerinden de YouTube'da izleyebilirsiniz. Lütfen bölümü beğenmeyi, bildirimleri açmayı ve kanalı takip etmeyi unutmayın. Önümüzdeki bölümlerde görüşmek üzere.